Hey guys, I am here today to talk with you about how to put together your book, your tunnel book. Yes, once you have all your pieces paint with color on them, ready to put together. So I've got my pieces here. Here's my foreground, Hokusai's Great Wave, my foreground, my middle ground, my other middle ground, and then my background, the sky. So when I put it together, it creates my modernized version of the Great Wave. I've also cut an extra piece to be a frame for the very front. I don't want this sort of ugly manila up in the front. I've cut a frame for it. This is also going to hide where I attach these and make it so that these are hidden behind this frame. It'll look a lot neater in the end. So I highly suggest doing a frame like this for your final step. I just cut it a little bit smaller than my opening here so that it would sit at the very front and cover the whole thing. So now it is time to go ahead and put this together. So I am going to need a glue stick. Okay, glue stick in hand. So I'm going to start with the back of my book. And I've got my 2 accordion folds. I'm going to put this in the last V of the book, and then I'm going to glue it to this little back tab here. Let me show you how that'll work. I'm just putting glue on this back tab, my accordion fold. I'm using just my glue stick. I'm gonna push that down, okay? I can do the same thing on the other side. Attach this little back tab to my accordion. I really want to make sure that I apply some good pressure to it. I'm not gluing it down here. I want this part to stay open. But at the same time, I want to make sure that this can fold easily. The accordion fold works really well, and it does, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go on both sides, I'm going to go down 1 fold. So this part is not glued to the book. Go down 1 fold, and I'm going to apply glue here. Okay, so I'm not going to put glue on the front of this. I'm just going to kind of fold it down without any glue on it. The next place I put glue is going to be on the inside, the back side of the next V. Put that here. And the next piece I have to attach is the mountain, Mount Fuji. I need to make sure this is nice and level. So I'm attaching this in. And of course it should be pointed in the right direction. Okay. So on this other side, so I don't put any glue here on the front of this back panel, I fold it down. And I put glue here on the back of this V. Okay. And then I'm going to take this other side of Mount Fuji, and I'm just going to push it into place here. Again, I want to make sure it's nice and level. If it's not level, this is the time to adjust it. You don't want to have to pull it off later and reattach things. push down really well on both sides, okay? So just like the level before, I don't put glue here. I want this area to stay open. So I just fold to the next, fold to the next V like this. I put glue here. All right, my next piece is the wave. I'm gonna go ahead and try to glue these both at once. I think that might work. So again, I'm folding down and I'm gluing onto the next V, fold, and I am getting my wave piece here. The glue stick is forgiving enough that I've got just some time to adjust it and make sure it's in the right spot. You want to be careful about your alignment, make sure it's lined up. If something starts to get a little bit out of line, it kind of makes the book start to go a little wonky. Okay, so it's looking good. I'm starting to see some distance here. So I've got another layer. So I'm gonna fold down these parts without any glue on them. Sorry. On both sides. I think it worked for me best to put glue on both sides. So I'm gonna do that again because I think that worked best. So glue on both sides, yay. Top piece. You have to make sure that it's lined up correctly. Now this top piece is different from all the other pieces because I've got this one little flap that's left over, and I do want to glue this down to the front. So I'm going to open this up, put a little glue here, and fold it over really well. Push down. Okay, I'm gonna do the same on the other side. A little glue. And fold it up. And push down. Okay, so you can see that creates that pop-up effect in the artwork and creates that distance we want. Now I've got, so it looks pretty neat. I like the pop-up effect that I'm getting. What I don't like is how messy this front is. So again, I'm going to glue around this top frame and attach it on here. So I'm gonna just turn this upside down here. And I'm gonna glue all along the frame. Now this is just a piece of, cardstock, bright colored cardstock that I cut. You could, paint your own piece of paper. You could use a piece of cardstock. You could use wrapping paper. I don't know. You can get creative with this. You could attach something else to the front of it that I can't imagine, I'm sure. So I'm going to slide this back into the frame, and you have to make sure again that this is lined up. I can see the top isn't lined up, so I've got to take a little time here to get it lined up right. I want this to be just right because it's the first thing that people are going to see when we look at our artwork. Okay, that top looks pretty good. This side over here looks a little crooked-do. Okay, and there you have it, my modern version of Hokusai's Great Wave all put together and all popped out in 3-dimensional tunnel book style. Here's a side view, top view. You can see that each panel sits inside a V-fold, all right? And then I've got this nice little frame in the front to finish it off. So there we go. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.